for a lifetime underneath the moonlight. Cause I don't want us to go. No, I don't want us to go. Yeah, you could be my lifeline, you could be my sunshine. In a world so full of pain, can you make it go away? Used to be so sad that love was lost, but now it's here to stay. Yeah, I used to be uncomfortable, but look at me today. Never thought I'd find someone like you, someone to show the way. But now I know you're the answer to my prayer. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I'm sorry for the burden, sorry I was hurting, but my scars are almost healed. Yeah, my scars are almost healed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a child now. Everything's alright now, and it's all because of you. You made the flower in me bloom. Used to be afraid of everything, but now there's no more fear. Yeah, I used to let nobody in and hide my face with tears. Always thought of you as someone who can love someone like me, but I was wrong. Baby, now I believe. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah.
Hey everybody.
Something's in
Well,
the air, I
well,
feel it now.
welcome.
You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I
Hey, hey,
believe
hey.
in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah.
This is my song. Three, two, one. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Danae Show. I am Danielle Danea, aka Danae, and I've got a lot to say. So let's get into it. Is there a future for TikTok? Let's talk about it. So you guys, a lot of things has happened since I came up with this title for the show. But I am going to, break down what has happened leading up to the events that just happened. So yeah, because a lot of people don't know about this. It's so funny. I didn't really know or care to know about this TikTok ban because I'm not a big TikTok person. Literally, the only time I use TikTok is to go live when I'm working out in the morning. So yeah, this wasn't a big deal to me, but the moment I opened my phone, it was all over the news, like YouTube, Safari, Instagram. It was crazy. I was like, oh my goodness, what is happening? Now, I thought this ban was coming to pass because, people were tired of seeing people with mental illnesses cry and scream on TikTok, because that's all I saw on my TikTok. If I was to scroll on it, if I was just bored, because like I said, I don't really get on it, but sometimes I do, just to be on it when I'm bored or look for content or stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I saw when I was on TikTok. So I was like, maybe people are outraged. Maybe people are just as fed up as I am seeing all this craziness happen on TikTok. But getting past is not the reason, or at least not the main reason why this TikTok issue came about, why people want it banned. So I thought that was interesting, in that the fact that this has happened before, that people have wanted to ban this app before, and for the same very reasons and very valid reasons. So I wanted to talk about it because maybe some people aren't as educated as I am. Maybe some people are educated about it as I came to be, which is understandably a thing, because again, TikTok is for certain types of individuals, and if you're going about your day working, very attentive to real life, you're not going to be on this app, as much as other people are. But yeah, so I just wanted to break it down. So what had happened was TikTok is wanted to be banned by people in the government, because people in the government felt like TikTok was a national security threat, and is a national security threat. They felt like there were so many American users using the content, and they were gathering especially specifically China, because it's China's app. I wanted it to stay away. I feel you, Nick. I feel you. Yeah, they felt like China was gathering all this data from Americans using the app, stuff that is very, very valuable to us as Americans, and we just didn't want it in the hands of Chinese. So yeah, they felt like they were collecting all this data to share to the Chinese government. So yeah, they didn't want people using it, understandably so. So they called for this ban, which would cause it to be illegal to be of use in the U.S. Apparently, TikTok is also banned in other countries, like I think Australia, France. Yeah. So this is not like super out the blue, like what the heck, why they're trying to ban TikTok all of a sudden. It's banned in other countries. And like I said, it's been an attempt before to try to ban it years prior. So, yeah, it's just crazy, because over 170 million American users use TikTok, and a lot of them are Gen Z, which is around my age range. So yeah, it's it's a lot of people. A lot of people, like I said, were bent out of shape when they saw this. They were scared they were going to lose the deals, the money they were making, the content they had up there that they didn't download to their phones. Because not only TikTok got banned, it was like there was another app that people used to edit on TikTok. I think it was called CapCut, something like that. I might be wrong about that. If I am, correct me. But I'm pretty sure it was called CapCut. And yeah, people were, like I said, content creators were frustrated, period, because, they used that for not only TikTok, they used it for Instagram, this editing content creating app, called CapCut. And yeah, so many people, like I said, bent out of shape. I just, again, I'm not making tremendous money on TikTok. I just joined TikTok Shop, which is great for making money. I've seen people make so much money on that. I just kind of learned about that and started getting into that. But for the most part, like I said, I don't use TikTok, so this didn't really affect me that much. So like I said, I wasn't that bent out of shape about it. But anyway, this was presented to the U.S. government, and Joe Biden initially had the say. Well, initially, the Supreme Court had to decide. Right? It was their final decision. Everybody else said ban this app, and then it was the Supreme Court to decide, and they said that they wanted to uphold the law to ban or sell TikTok. Now, since the Supreme Court made that decision, it was really like I said, now it's up to Joe Biden to either be like, okay, President Joe Biden, pardon me, former President Joe Biden, the inauguration is today. Getting to know it's happening today. He had the decision to be like, oh no, we want to keep it. But he decided to give that decision to Donald Trump. He was like, you know what, I don't really have a strong opinion about this, basically. And he was like, you know what, it is what it is now. Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, officially, initially did not like TikTok. Like in the first time he ran, and when Biden was president, he did not like TikTok because he also agreed that it was a big national security threat, and he wanted it gone. Obviously, you don't want other countries in on your intel, right? Especially without, you know, their quote unquote permission, right? But he changed his mind, and I think it had a lot to do with his son Barron. His son Barron is the son he has with his current wife Melania Trump. He's only 18 years old, but very smart. He holds himself very well. And Trump has mentioned that Barron told him that you need to, relate to the younger crowd more. And like I said, a bunch of Gen Zs on TikTok. And I think, he decided to go on podcasts. He decided to go on TikTok, and to really reach the younger audience. And it really helped his campaign. So I think that's what shifted his mindset. He was just like, this is a great place for Gen Zs and me to reach them and connect to them. So I think that's why he kind of changed his mind. I don't think he completely changed his mind about it being a national security threat, but deemed the threat not to be as bad as it may have seemed to him early on. So that's why he was willing to keep it. So yeah, TikTok, little back history. TikTok is a Chinese parent company, has a Chinese parent company called ByteDance, which they had until Sunday, yesterday, in order to make a decision on TikTok. And if they deemed to ban it, like the Supreme Court did, the TikTok American assets had until the end of Sunday to, get rid of all American assets, right? But the thing is, they cut it off a day early. They cut it off on Saturday. Like I said, the Supreme Court decided not to do it, right? And so it was supposed to be cut off. But they had until Sunday, but they did a day early. And so everybody was bent out of shape. They were like, what? Again, TikTokers were like, what is happening? We had an extra day. Now I can't download my content, all that. So it was a big thing. It was like, why is this happening a day early? I have no idea why it happened a day early. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of conspiracies. I don't think we'll ever know unless Donald Trump decides to reveal that information. But again, it just happened. But then Donald Trump was talking on Instagram or Twitter. I don't know. I saw it on Instagram, but it might have been Twitter, X, pardon me, now, saying that he was talking to the Chinese. He was talking to the Chinese chairman. He was trying to talking about making the world peaceful and safe again. So yeah, and then somehow, miraculously, TikTok got brought back on yesterday. And yeah, it was so crazy. People thought, I was like, what in the world? I saw the app was back, but I tried to go live again because I go live on my TikTok for my workouts, like I mentioned earlier, and I couldn't go live, but the app was up and running. It was so crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, that was quick. That was fast. So yeah, the fact that, Donald Trump was able to pull some strings and bring it back, great. Again, I wasn't extremely happy or extremely sad. It just is what it is. I think it was great for a lot of people that created content up there. But the thing about it is the reason I'm so torn is because TikTok, like I said, had a bunch of crazies on it. And again, there's crazies on any platform, but I felt like on TikTok, it was 10 times worse. And I just couldn't get into it. I was just like, what the heck? this is a place where people are victims. They're just complaining and they're waiting for people to, be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad you're going through that or whatever. And it's just pathetic. And I thought it was good for a little while. I was like, maybe it'll check in or click in some of these Gen Z's people's minds or whoever. Some of these people are older. They're not even in my age range. They're way older doing stupid things. Maybe they'll wake up and realize that what they're doing is stupid and they'll grow up. But didn't last long enough for them to do that. Okay. Only going for a day. Again, a day and a half maybe, and people were freaking out. But yeah, I thought that was interesting that Joe Biden didn't want to enforce it, and then just gave the decision to Trump. His reasons, I'm unsure of. If you guys know, please let me know. I didn't read anything about why he made the decision. I just saw that he did. Yeah, I think that Donald Trump just wanted to do something to, help the younger generation, because again, he felt like the younger generation helped him win his election. So I think that's where it came from. So many people were talking now it's back, but only back for, I think, like 90 days, maybe 60 days. I forget, until they decide for real if they want to keep TikTok around or if they don't. But some people were mentioning to buy it, or some people were interested in buying it. Like they mentioned, of course, Elon Musk. They mentioned Frank McCourt over Project Liberty. They mentioned, who else? Mr. Beast. So yeah, I thought that would, that's crazy. I thought it was going to be over. I really did for like a second. But it turned out it wasn't, which is crazy. But now that it's back, it's so funny how people just like to speculate and lie about things and just constantly throw out shade because they don't like an individual. And by what individual I'm talking about is Donald Trump. It's so crazy seeing so many people like, oh, Donald Trump, he made it seem like TikTok was going away and then he's going to bring it back. Like he's the hero. Oh, he just played in all our faces. I'm just like, the hate for Donald Trump is so crazy that it makes people like believe their delusion. Donald Trump wasn't the person initially that was going to make that decision. There was Joe Biden. There was the Supreme Court. Both of them like passed it, like the Supreme Court made a decision, but Joe Biden passed the decision on to Trump. So to say that, Trump had this whole scheme and plan to, take it away and bring it back, this propaganda to make us like him again, it's just ridiculous. It's just really far-fetched. And anybody with a sane mind knows that it's not true. Okay? He just did what he thought was best. Again, what he thought was a good move because, again, he felt like Gen Z helped him win the election. So why not give Gen Z an app that they love to make content on? That's what it was. And I hate that people are trying to make it seem like it's anything else. It's so funny that the one day it was the one day that TikTok was down, everybody downloaded the Chinese app Red Note, which is the alternative to TikTok. And it's so funny how people were so quick to hop on it, not knowing any info on this app. And it's so funny, like I saw this meme and I reposted it, and it was like America and the Chinese government watching Gen Z just hop on Red Note. They're like, ugh, they both wanted you off, and now you're hopping back on to another platform. It's so funny. I don't know how Red Note is going to hold up now that TikTok is back. We will see, but I think that, I think they're both going to be an app. There's another app called 11.8 that's connected to TikTok. That's really good. The algorithm is insane. I looked up there. I was like, whoa, I've gotten like followers. I got like 100 followers just signing up a few days ago and only posting like 4 posts. And I thought that was really cool. So I don't know, lemonade, red note. It's so funny. I saw someone else post. They were like, "We got all these ads, man." Like, I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't have been mad at the TikTok ban. They were like, ban another thing, ban some more social media outlets because there's too many. And I was like, facts. We got X, we got TikTok, we got Twitter, we got Threads. Oh my goodness, it's like I'm liking Threads though, like because it's like Instagram and Twitter kind of combined. But it's just a lot. It to be on all of them just feels very, very. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. But so that's why it's understandable that some people are on more than one, like more like they're on all platforms typically, people that are content creators especially, but there's one that they're on the most, that they pay the most attention to, and a lot of people that was TikTok, and for a lot of people that was TikTok. So yeah, it was so crazy that people were upset and bent out of shape that people that made a lot of money up there would lose their money. But it was just like people that know money know that, and know content creators know that if they were big on one platform, they're typically making money on another platform. Again, they might not be as big because they paid more attention to TikTok, but anybody that's big on TikTok that's making real money, I'm talking about like real money, not a few dollars, few hundred here and there. I'm talking about thousands of dollars, is making money like that on Instagram and has the content, has the followers. Like I mentioned the guy Kobby Lane, I think his name is the guy that's most followed on TikTok, that makes $750,000 a post. I looked up on Instagram, popping on Instagram as well. Probably makes money on Instagram, just as much money on Instagram. Maybe not just as much, but around there. So it's just like same with it's so funny, people mention the app Musically and how people were popping on that, and then how devastated they were when the Musically app went away. It's like the girl baby Ariel that was super big up there, millions of followers on Instagram, still good, I'm pretty sure, living her best life. It looked like that in her pictures. So they're going to be fine. You don't see them complaining. You don't see Kobby Lane posting a post about, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You didn't see it when it was down saying, oh my God, TikTok is down. Oh my God. It was the people that made little money, the people that craved attention, the people that, the crazies, I hate to say it, the complete crazies, the dramatic people that were complaining about this app that weren't even making a quarter of what these higher ups were making, the big people on TikTok were making. So it seemed like a cry for attention, which is something Gen Z loves to do. And now that it's over, it's like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing I could be mad about today? Oh, I could be mad about, Trump now being in office, the inauguration happening today. Oh no. Oh, I can also be mad about, him, I'm going to say he faked the funk, took the TikTok app away for a little while just to make it seem like, he was the hero for bringing it back. Again, if you just look at what's happening, you'll be unfazed by it. You'll just want to keep to yourself doing what you're doing. I love doing my show. I'm going to keep doing it and just keep it pushing, man, and not entertain these people on these crazy apps, these crazy people. It's just so funny. I don't know. So yeah, it's so funny. I was gonna, before TikTok came back, I was gonna speculate. I was like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. Are they gonna sell TikTok to someone with a lot of money? If Mr. Beast has it, what's gonna transpire if Elon Musk gets it? What would that look like? I had all these ideas, but now that it's back, at least for a little while, I have nothing to say. I have no speculations. Wait, TikTok can go for all I care. It's so funny. like YouTube and what else? Because I would say Instagram too, but Instagram's kind of dying too as far as the algorithm and people just wanting to share their thoughts and content. Like it's just not the same like it used to be years ago. Like I really feel like 2016 to 2019 is 2015 even is where like the peak of Instagram was. So it's been going down since then. But like YouTube is where it's at. Like YouTube has never fell off really, and the YouTube's been around since when? I'd have to look it up, but YouTube's pretty stable. If you want to build a following and bet your life that it's going to stay there and you're gonna get the traction you need by being consistent and whatever, it's YouTube, right? But yeah, TikTok again. A certain type of individual that's obsessed with TikTok. Now, mind you, there are people up there like me who just do one specific thing and they're not on it 24/7. But I'm talking about the people that can't live without TikTok, claim they can't live without TikTok, are desperately in love with it, desperately needing to post up there all the time. It's crazy. Lemonade, Beyonce owns it. No, Lemon8. The app is called Lemon8, guys. Look it up. It's LEMON and then the number 8. To TikTok alternative, not the Lemonade song. Not the Lemonade song, guys. True. If you are interesting, people will follow you anywhere. Exactly. You can make money anywhere. Exactly. It's so funny. I'm in a lot of audio rooms, and someone tried to compare like working a 9 to 5 to the same as working on TikTok. And it's just like, no. You can't work multiple 9 to 5s at one time. Literally, there's only so many hours in a day. So that's why there's grace, a little bit of grace there for people that kind of struggle who work a 9 to 5. But for TikTok, again, you got your TikTok, you have your Instagram, and there's apps like literally X. You can tag your Instagram in. You can link your Instagram to your Facebook. Like, there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to make money on other platforms or make a following on the other platforms. Because like you said, people will follow you anywhere if you're interesting. And like I said, if it's a certain demographic of people on Facebook or a certain demographic of people on Instagram, if you're interesting and people like watching you, you're going to be okay. And again, that's why the people that make the most money on TikTok were okay, because they're good on Instagram, they're good on Facebook, they're good on X, they're good. So that is so true. They said Mr. Beast secretly bought it, LOL 2005. That would be crazy if that came out and he actually already bought TikTok and he's been secretly running it all along. That would be freaking crazy. I'm not a big Mr. Beast fan. But I hear his name often. I gotta get into. Again, I'm such an old lady. Like, it's so funny. I'm only 26, but I like to go home, work, read, sleep. I like to be in bed by a certain time. Typically, if I stay up, it's because I slept pretty much most throughout the day. But yeah, this whole technology, like, I have to teach people how to teach me. I have to ask people how to teach me how to work my phone in these apps because I am not on it. Like, I literally use my phone for texting, emails, and calling, FaceTiming. That's about it. Everything else is like a perk. I still have to learn a lot of things. But yeah, I think the future of TikTok is not that bright. I don't think it's that bright. I think that, this little big hiccup, was just it setting up for it to go downhill. I just think that, it had its time, just like Musically and Vine. But it's so funny. It's crazy. I saw Elon Musk hinted that Vine might be coming back now. Vine was a time. Oh my gosh, if you were on Vine, you had the time of your life. Those videos were freaking hilarious. And you know what was so great about those videos and the content? It was organic. Like, it was, well, at least it felt organic. Like, and it felt real and it was relatable. It was authentic. So that's why it thrives so much and people miss it so much, because on TikTok, even though there's people that are funny, a lot of the content seems forced. A lot of it seems scripted. A lot of it is copycat from someone else. I can't tell you how many videos I've seen of spinoffs of Nara Smith, the girl who has the traditional hobbies of cooking for her husband, and it has the very soft, feminine voice. I see so many people creating more content mimicking her and stuff like that, trying to be funny, and it's just like, it was cute for a certain amount of time, for a little while, but now it's annoying, and it's just like, okay, create your own stuff. Why are you mimicking somebody to get followers? And it's crazy. They have some of them have millions of followers, and all they do is imitate Nara Smith, and I think that's crazy. Vine was never like that. It was creative. It was all different types of content. So many different videos. It was insane. Like, it related to so many people in so many ways. I would love it to come back, but I don't know if it will be the same. Some things, again, are just an era. You have to be there and let it rest in peace. But I don't know. It might be lit. I don't know. I feel like, especially if Elon brought it back, it'd be interesting to say the least, because he's just a funny, well, I don't know. He's funny without trying to be, which is another perk of Vine. So many people were up there that were funny and weren't trying to be, but it was just how they were. And again, you know, him being friends with Trump, I think Trump is hilarious. So I think it'll just be very entertaining, to say the least. Maybe not the same, but I'd hop on Vine before I'd hop on I don't know, another TikTok type app. Yeah. Again, it seems like, you know, this world is, it's so funny that this happened. Like, so much stuff is happening right off the bat in January. Like I mentioned in my the video I did about the LA fires happening. It's like the government, these elitists, people in power, like, they didn't want to waste any time with this year. They were like, oh, nope, fire's happening. Oh, nope, we're going to ban TikTok for a day and bring it back. Oh, nope. It's just like, oh, I'm hopeful. Like, I'm not mad about the TikTok thing, but again, a lot of people were, and then obviously the fires were devastating for a lot of people. But it's just like, dang, it's like, is this what the year is going to be like all year long? Are constant things that are going to shake people up going to happen all year long? And in a way, I'm asking because I low key want things to happen, because even though the fires were terrible, TikTok shutting down, I could care less. But there are things that make people think, right? There are things that make people question our authority, which should be a thing now that we've gone through COVID, now that we've gone through this election. So it's like a part of me wants more things to happen. Obviously not tragically devastating things that are where people are losing their lives and losing their money. But it needs to be a little drastic, because again, we had the COVID pandemic, and it didn't open people's eyes to where people were rioting, where people are not willing to put just poison in their arm, put anything in their arm, and just willing to cover up when told. It's just, no, and something severe needs to happen, it seems like, in order for people to understand what's really going on in this world. So again, I feel like, and I said this in my other video, I think this is just the beginning of a greater reveal, and we gotta wake up to it. Or this might be the worst of it. Maybe the year gets so much better later on. Like, this is the bad stuff, but nothing but great stuff will happen for the rest of the year. Who knows? And if that happens, great. I'm not mad at it. But we gotta look at, like, just the ugliness that was happening with people saying that Donald Trump is to blame for the TikTok going away for a little while and bringing it back, all a performance piece. We gotta look at the way we respond to things. And with the fire, you know, people responding, saying that, you know, the wealthy deserve to get their deserve to get their house on fire. Like, we gotta look at our hearts and how cold they actually are, and realize how effed up we are inside, a lot of us, and understand, that type of energy, that type of behavior is only detrimental to our growth as a community, as a society. And yeah, we gotta, if we want better, we gotta do better. We gotta think better. We can't think negatively about everything that's happening. Maybe, again, tragic things that happen with the fire. But look at the good. Look at the people that came together in our community. Again, in LA, I saw so many people coming together wanting to help people. But then I also saw a lot of people tearing up people down. It's just like, no, we need to be lifting each other up. Everyone. We need to not be pointing fingers at this TikTok ban. Pointing fingers unnecessarily. Creating scenarios in our head. It's not cute. It encourages the mental illnesses, like I said, I saw on TikTok. Like, I really feel like so many people struggle with mental illnesses, and instead of back in the day where people got locked up and went to mental facilities, now it's being glorified on platforms like TikTok. So again, I'm not mad. I'm not happy, because I appreciated the people that, like Kabi Lane, that paved a way and made so much money on TikTok, developed a following by not even saying a word, just being funny. Just y'all seen his videos? He just reacts to people who do extra stuff on TikTok, and he simplifies it and makes these iconic facial expressions, and just made all this money. You can't. I mean, you can't be anything but in awe, and I have nothing but respect for that man. But then again, like I said, I saw the other side of it, with the people crying, bawling their eyes on camera, crying about nothing, screaming at the tip of their lungs to their camera. I told myself I could never respect or, feel bad for somebody who is screaming at their phone. Like, insane. I cannot. It's so ugly to watch. And it should not be normalized. It should be condemned. So, again, I don't know. What's the future of TikTok? It's back for a little while, but who knows for how long it really will be. And yeah, I really want you guys to ask yourself that question. What do you guys want the future to be? Do y'all want it to be a platform where people, just act silly and do silly dances, and have creators make TikTok for create music specifically for TikTok and just be a fun app? Or is it going to be the place where the crazies reside and make the crazy you want it to keep showing up because maybe that's entertaining for you? I don't know. What do you want the future to be for TikTok? I'm curious to know. Okay? I'm curious because it's back, man. But thank you guys for tuning in. That's all I got to say about that. Thank you guys. Please like this video if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and always comment because I love to hear you guys' opinions. All right? I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Aquel día el instinto nos decía que esa noche juntico no quería, que las ganas bebé nos ganaría, pero no fue así. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos a jugar. Ella sabe que quiero a mi mamacita. Ella también quiere que seamos felices. Ella, la que se apresura a la vueltica. Ella es sin timidez. Como la ves, no le importa dónde y cuándo. Pero nada no he hecho, no soy el que la mando. Nunca lo seré, su carácter no es de niña. Que la puede controlar cualquiera. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela. Y vamos los 7 días de la semana, te doy de mañana. Y consejos sabes que no es, te doy el desquite, que me quites todas esas ganas que te tengo, mujer. Todo el mundo sabe que tú y yo somos más que panas, pero nos vamos lento, que al que se apura no llega a nada, no llega a nada, no, nada. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, bebé, vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos